Assalamualaikum viewers, hope you all are fine and I hope you are enjoying your days very well and you are struggling also. So today Mahtab Khan Tanoli with new guest, and you know I always invite some special people in my show so we can learn many things from them and we can get lots of knowledge from them because it's very, very necessary for all of us. Today we have, and we are honored to have Dr. TPS with us, a multifaceted educational consultant, teacher, mentor, and scientist. Dr. TPS wears many hats, including that of a spiritual director and character actor in movie making. He is the CEO or founder of Shiksha Holiday Program and the director at Columbus Shiksha Campus. Additionally, he serves as the Chancellor at the National Education Forum NEF and a professor of practice at the ICFAI University in Sikkim, I think, yeah, as an Indian member of the Education and Science Council at the Center of Global Auditorium and Acharya at Shiksha Gurukulam in Yoga. Thank you so much for giving me your precious time. I know time is very precious and you gave me, and it's a kind of, you can say that, a priceless gift we give to other people. Thank you so much once again.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Mahtab, for hosting me and being kind.
Thank you.
I'm sure, yeah.
Thank you so much. Okay, Dr. TPS. And I want to know that why you chosen this subject like education inventory. What was the reason behind this? Is there any specific reason, or from childhood you wanted to do it? What was the reason? May I know it?
I was not a good student during my childhood. Not a good student in the sense my results were not good. When the exam comes, probably I always get the last rank. I was not studious, no aim in life, what is to be done. Because I'm from a small village, our life is very limited. Fortunately, yes, I could come out of my village, get into the city for my higher studies, went to the neighboring town for much higher studies, got into the most prestigious department in India, became a scientist, worked with the Prime Minister of India in the government. So then I realized, yes, there are plenty of brilliant people in nook and corner of the country where just because they are not getting opened up, they are not being motivated, they are not being mentored well, they are not being shown a path to travel, they remain in their life. It is not they lost anything in their life. Probably everybody lives a life. But as a nation, as a part of a society, if you don't dig out what is the real knowledge, the fake people who are not good always get benefited. So there are people who get admissions in bright institutions just because they are rich. They are being given a specific coaching for how to get into the examination. Though I decided, yes, I must go around the country. So that's what still I am doing for last 14-15 years. After my retirement in 2009, up to 2024, there is no single day without a program, not a single day where I have guided at least 1 or 2 people in my life. Now, this is a time after 12th, many people are confused which courses to join for BTech, MBBS, research wing. Where should I go after 12th? That's a crux in Indian education. Up to 12th class, up to 12th grade, it's school education. From there, they have to go to college. So there are professional degrees. So this is the time. May, June, July, August, September, the 5 months, average I get 100 telephone calls, and out of which maybe 3 or 4 I will record and put it onto my YouTube. That can be on different topics. So I found there is a real requirement. Yesterday one mother was telling, if she has to talk to a career consultant, study, where to study, what to study, they have to pay for every call 1,000 rupees. Probably what I have done is maybe worth millions of such calls, right? Which I don't charge anybody at all. I am not doing anything for money. I am doing it as a social service. So I thought that yes, it is my prime job, prime duty. Just because of luck, I reached a path. Maybe because I can give that luck or maybe the chance to many other people. That's what I'm doing.
Great. So I want to also know that what were some of the key challenges you have faced as an educational consultant? Everyone faces problems in their life, whatever they want to achieve and whatever they want to do. And how did you overcome that?
I don't know whether I overcome all the problems what I have. I have a lot of problems in life. Everybody has got problems because you have to take a path. Along the path there will be a lot of hurdles. I don't say that it is problem, it's all hurdles. I know how to jump over that, but then something else will come. See now, next week, this weekend I am traveling to another place, another state, which is called Goa, which is like a beautiful tourism place. You can Google Goa. That's a place where all the foreign people come. And then
Goa.
Yeah, Goa is a beautiful beach.
Yes, right.
So last month, that means the end of the July, I was there for a conference. So we meet 200, 300 people. This is my concept of education. This is how people should get educated. That's a statement probably I made during my talk. A few people will come. One from Ajmer came, one from Delhi came, one from West Bengal came, one from Goa came, and one from Pune came, and then said, I want your class. I want to invite you to my school for a week. How much you charge? I said, I don't charge anything. Pay my transportation, give me food and that accommodation, which is a decent one probably. I will come and serve your children. Now the next question is, when I go there, or maybe I have to do some survey. I'm doing some survey of asking some questions and then finding out what they do. We find people are so lethargic. Somebody is ready to go there and then invest time. Out of 60 children, the first day the response for a questionnaire to fill up 20 minutes time, it's almost 24 hours. Maybe 60% of them completed, 80% of them complete another 40. See, I don't generally give the last time or the last day to submit a project. What I do is, I will open my questionnaire and say, fill up the Google form and wait for at least 80% of the people to finish. I will cut that. So that I am not telling the last date to submit the form. I expect people to become smart, fast, and the excuse given is they are busy in tuition. What is tuition? What is studied in the classroom, same thing is repeated in the tuition center like a class. That is what is tuition center, right? So which they pay large amount, right? They pay large amount more than what they pay in those normal schools, normal academics. They pay more for tuitions. And what do the benefit they get? Actually, there is no benefit at all. It's a private activity where non-qualified, unqualified, non-meritorious people, they have to do some part-time job. They have to make some money. They run these programs. India is not able to get rid of that. Government has not seen a solution for this. Right. So I find most of the time the tuition is a big virus. So yesterday I wrote to the principal at the head of the institution saying that tuition is a great virus. The teacher themselves agree, yes, it's a virus. Assume that I feed my child at home, the breakfast is given, and I am seeing my child immediately goes to the hotel and have another breakfast. What do I feel? I think as a teacher, it's a shame for every teacher to see their children go to somebody else and then study again. Right? This is what is happening. So this is a big problem which I see. We are not able to give education in the proper style, in the highly meritorious, in the most genuine way. Therefore, people go to different problems. That's what happens. We are misguiding people by half knowledge. Not having sufficient knowledge, people keep doing it. So there is an old Sanskrit sloka which says, Atnana timirandasya nananjana shalakaya chakshurunmilitam yana tasmai shri gurave namaha. Oh Master, I salute you because I have been having cataract. What is cataract? Atnana. Atnana means not having knowledge. Not having knowledge is like having cataract. Everything is blurred. I have no clear view. Therefore, I get into different problems in my life. My master is one who gives kajal eye, the ink which you apply, no, the kajal. That gives me, that gives me the better eyesight. So, who is a teacher? A teacher is not one who teaches. A teacher is one who apply kajal in your eyes so that you can see everything very clear.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Correct. And you are absolutely right that tuition, you can say that the virus. In my school, I never been to tuition. Why? Because my mom says, if your school is not, school teacher are not teaching you well, then you need to go to the tuition center. So same here in my at my home, I have a 10-year-old kid, and she never been to tuition center. She just come and do her work by herself. And sometimes, whatever you are telling, that if we will talk about the Finland, if we will talk about the Japanese culture, you can see that in Finland education is totally free. But unfortunately, still we are very bad. Like we don't know, and you have given very good example of a teacher who applied the kajal in your eyes, and who do something for you. So this is called really. Of course, one more thing, that where people pay a large amount of fee, they think that institute and that place is very nice. But where a person is coming to you yourself and giving you knowledge, and you are not thinking that how much he or she is priceless. So we cannot change everyone's, but through with the passage of time, I think people will understand very soon. As you know, that AI era is already entered in this world. So, Dr. TPS, my next question is that. So, how do you integrate your scientific background with your role as a spiritual director? Can you share some memorable experiences from your time as a teacher and mentor? You still miss and you think
what is
sometimes.
Yeah, what is spirituality is what is not understood by all our general common sense. Sometimes common sense cannot explain. I don't think a doctor can explain how the food is digesting, how this medicine is working. Okay, he knows little this chemistry is good for changing this part of your pain, or that part of your tumor, or that part of your diseases. Yes, wonderful. But how exactly it is happening, I don't think anybody knows. If I say I do only when I know how it works. I do things only when I know how it works. That's called a science, or that's called a knowledge, that's called education. Do you think we grow in our life, or I take my first food by knowing how it is going to digest, then only I will eat in my life? No. So what we do is we consider, yes, there is some external power. There is some internal power in me which makes me to do so many things which I cannot prove myself, which I cannot understand myself, which is not in my control, which is controlled by the universe as it is. How is the planet revolving? How is the planet going around? Nobody can answer. How in an atom all the electrons are going around the neutrons? Who made this to go like this? And you know the speed in which the atom goes around the neutron, the electron goes around the neutron inside the atom. The same spinning rate is what is the planet for the solar system. So who created this? There is a question which we cannot answer. But we are so lucky as a human being, we are able to think like this. I stay in a different country, you stay in a different country. We are 4,000 kilometers away. But still, I am able to connect to you, I am able to talk to you because somebody created a technology which makes us to be curious. Oh, I want to know what is happening in the other part of the world. I want to know where the thunder is coming from, where the lightning is coming from, how the rain is coming. This question is within us, each one of us. Who created that question? I don't think science can explain this. The explanation is science, but who created that question to give an explanation? Who create that science education to give an explanation? Yes. But who created that question? Nobody knows. And that is the knowledge of spirituality. That is the spirit in each one of us. How does it work? How is it happening? Is it possible for me to replace that with some mission? Is it possible for me to understand this is how it works? Probably yes or no. But even if I don't understand, it doesn't matter, things still happen. In science, if it doesn't understand, it doesn't happen. But in spirituality, it happens, it works even without understanding. So that ability is called spirituality. Therefore, science is not away from spirituality. Science is a complementary disposal or disposition or exposition or joining together a supplementary knowledge as far as spirituality is concerned. So science and spirituality goes together, not against each other. Therefore, every scientist can talk about spirituality, every spiritual person can talk science. It is not entirely different from one to another, it is one and the same. The question was so relevant, the question was so bright, the question so great. People think that science and spirituality is different. But for me, as far as my knowledge is concerned, science and spirituality is not different. It is complementary to each other. Where I don't have answers to most of my science questions, it is the common sense which gives me an answer, which we call it as social, political, philosophical explanations. But even that cannot explain. Where I don't find a logic for what I am doing, probably it is my faith, it is my belief system, it is my instinct that gives me an answer. So I think most of the scientists identified solutions to many problems not by science. It's all by instinct. It's all by self-creativity, which nobody can explain. How are you creative? Nobody can answer this. You are creative at some point of time. That instinct, that spontaneous overflow of thoughts and emotions, sometimes that comes as poetry. Don't ask a poet, how are you writing this poetry? Where is the words coming from? When I write poem, I don't know how the words comes from. Probably a word which I never studied in my life will appear in my poetry. So it's an instinct. That is spirituality, I believe. Yeah.
Thank you so much for your insightful answer. So, Dr. TPS, I have another question in my mind. So, what inspired the creation of the Shiksha Holiday Program and what are its main objectives? I think mostly people don't know about it, so I want you to tell.
Yeah, it's not actually, the organization is there, but I don't have a bank account. It is not a trust which collects money. It doesn't run. It's not an institution. But what happened to us, I used to go to different colleges for inaugurating computer education. Maybe they have a different banner, different clubs in different colleges. So it could be personality development classes, I used to go to different institutions to take classes. But then a group of students came and then said, we want to have a program of yours, not under somebody's banner. And what can be the name given? So immediately a name came and it was Shiksha. Shiksha in Hindi means teaching and knowledge. Shikshak means a teacher. And I gave immediately the name SHIKSH, Shiksha. But Mahtab, this is what just now we asked, how a name comes. It's after long years, probably after 10 years, I identified SHIKSHA is actually, if I put SHIK, that is a short form for Shashi Kumar. Though I don't spell it as SHI, I spell it as SASI. To be very frank, when I wrote this, I never thought about it. But I just wrote Shiksha because that's a common name. I stay in North India and I cover the whole Indian part where they speak Hindi. Though my mother tongue is not Hindi, I speak a different language. In Shiksha, actually in my mother tongue means punishment. So some people ask, why did you give this name punishment? Then jokingly I keep saying, for many people learning and teaching is a big punishment. Right? So what I made a joke, what I made accidentally, and most of my programs I don't put a banner saying Shiksha, no. Only my website, one of my students generated, has got still a tag called the DrTPS-shiksha.in. So when I put my video, I post this, and rarely people visit my website. When I conduct some of my webinar or something, I'll put my post. It's not that DrTPS or Shiksha is important. It is more important that what I do and how many people get benefited. Is there somebody who looks at it and then understand little bit of that to change their pattern in life? I am the happiest. So it's unimportant. Organization, I don't believe in building an organization, creating some identity. All that will go. Maybe as long as I am living, I am there. As I go, everything will go, right? So how does it matter what is the seal or chapa which I create on my activity? It doesn't matter at all. I am not for any benefit. I am not for any name. I am not for any fame. That's all not in my dictionary. So I just created because somebody wanted to keep a banner behind the program. And the first program happened in a different place, maybe 200 kilometers away from where I am staying. And few children collected together and conducted a program in which the banner came. I don't even have a printed flux to keep behind me for a program. I don't have it. I don't do that also.
Yeah, you are absolutely right, because designation, organization doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
Most important, if you work as a responsible person, whatever you can give input to the society and impact on people's lives, it's most important. Rather than, as you told that chapa and whatever the things, this doesn't matter. Most important, you have to play the role, what you want to do and what you are doing. Either you are honest or not. And very nice discussion you are telling whatever. It's really very most important, because we all should learn about it, that we have to responsible our duties, and we are here in this world to play our role. Simple. So I'm enjoying this interview also, because whenever I see your videos, I have seen a satisfied person, satisfaction on your face.
What else is required?
But I must ask to you that I felt that you really enjoying whatever you are hearing, whatever you are discussing. But I have seen a peace on your face. No one can say that you have seen struggle, troubles, hurdles in your life, but satisfactory face, you can say that. I cannot tell you one thing, because most important and most luckiest person in this world, what I think, whatever people are saying, that who is satisfied with his work, with his life, and whatever he or she is doing. And
I will
what do you
slightly
say?
change the word, Mahtab. I am not satisfied, but I am happy. There are two words. I am
When you're satisfied, yes,
Yeah.
exactly. You're saying good.
I am happy. I am happy every moment. I am happy. Though I am not able to do something, still I am happy that I am able to attempt it. Understood? We only hear stories about a lion catching a deer, eating it, beautiful picture will come, and then we say that lion is always. No, understand, when a lion is able to go behind a deer and catch that to eat in a forest, maybe 100 times it must have tried before and he could not become successful. Only once it got its. A eagle is flying to catch a fish. Not every time the eagle gets a fish. A photographer or videographer catches only when it is able to catch. So don't see only success in life. Everyone has got a failure. But I don't like to call it as a failure. I keep saying it's an attempt of a lost chance. Probably an attempt of what I wanted to do in my life. It's an attempt. An attempt is an action. And I am successful in that action, but not the result. I am successful in running. If a lion cannot run, it is sick. Probably it doesn't enjoy. You know that lion doesn't enjoy only eating. The lion enjoy hunting. Running behind is also a great enjoyment. So sometimes a student of mine, after I teach, may not do very well in examination. But have I enjoyed teaching that student is my question. I have enjoyed teaching that student, my enjoyment is over. Did that student enjoy learning? Then the enjoyment is over. Do you think only people enjoy after becoming successful? No, that is not correct.
Yeah.
Even if I fail in exam, I enjoy because I wrote examination until the result comes. I enjoyed my life. Let the result be X or Y, doesn't matter. How do I see, oh, upset, I am not good in this? Because that point of time when the result comes, I don't have anything else to do in my life. But I keep filling up different activities. When I am climbing mountain, not that I reach on top of the hill only, I will become happy. Every step of climbing is also adventure for me. And therefore I enjoy climbing. And assume I get beautiful biryani. Yeah, I am happy. But I am sure a person who eats everyday biryani cannot become happy, right? You also need some time, not every time on the top of the hill. That hill becomes top only when there is a down. So I enjoy, if there is nothing else, fine, I am happy with what I have. I go and stay in the most beautiful hotels, which are highly paid hotels sometime, in the best cities in this country or abroad. But I also stay in a small village, in a small hut, where nothing is clean. All troubles also I will enjoy. Yeah, I will post today on my Facebook where I had my breakfast last week when I was traveling in a place in North India. I'm sure none of my relatives, none of my people, none of my students will say, what is this fellow eating in such a nasty place? Yeah, I have no reservation. I still can live in such a condition where nothing is there. I can stay in a forest with no lot of mosquitoes around, lot of all the wild animals around. I can stay in a graveyard where nobody else is there. Only probably you think shaitan is there, ghost is there. I can sleep peacefully because I am not worried about. I think my mother taught me a great lesson. If you're really sleepy, you don't require a beautiful bed to sleep. If you're really hungry, you don't require a lot of items to eat, have your dinner. Understood? So I know how to, I do long hours of fasting. If I have a heavy lunch, I skip my dinner at all. I don't even eat. So it's almost 16 hours I don't eat anything. Understood? So I know how to make a beautiful. Yesterday I made my egg biryani myself, and then I enjoyed cooking. I had a heavy lunch. So dinner is not required for me, right? So we should know how to be on top of the hill. We should also know how to be on down the valley. When we be down the valley, we enjoy the mountain. If everything is flat, we don't see the mountains. So this is my philosophy of life. So I know how to be happy when there is nothing available, and I know how to be happy when everything is lavish. Both are okay for me.
So that's why I told that you are a satisfied person because you are a happy person and you don't bother yourself. You don't want to bother yourself. You have adaptability as well. You are flexible as well. And one thing you told that you are absolutely right. Nowadays, people are running after numbers. They are even in school. So a little incident I want to share with you in my childhood. My younger sister, she was saying in my class, and I got first position, and she got no rank. Only she passed the class. She was asking to. She told me that I'm very happy and I will distribute sweets. I said why? She said you didn't do anything bigger because you and me are going in the same class, in the next same class. So why are you very happy that you got the first position? Blah blah blah. I was surprised to hear, and I told to my father that what she's saying. He said yes, she's absolutely right because she's satisfied. Both are in same class, and you go never fight for the numbers, never arrogant about the success. That as you told that whatever you are doing, enjoy that moment. Like if you are teaching someone very happily and nicely, and you are delivering, so it's most important. And whatever, as you told that cooking, it some people are enjoying cooking, but they don't like to eat. As you told that about Lion example, and he loves hunting, not eating. So very.
See, Mahtab, there are three words. Actually, we get confused. Most of the time, people get confused.
Yes.
I get a lot of certificates. I get a lot of money. I get a lot of wealth, property, fame. Everything is called growth. Now, today, if you look at a lot of awards comes from different institutions all across the globe saying, wonderful teacher, the best world teacher in the world, etc., etc., humanitarian, peace, PhD. So many people get honorary PhD from different, it's all growth. But look at who is giving it, whether it is genuine, whether the money I got is really worth. All that, when you add value, ethics, morality to that, it is called progress. If you don't have growth but not progress, growth is you are growing but progress is not there. Progress is which has got a seal of all the sanctified people say that, you know, your close relative also believes that, yeah, this man is having merit because they know that he has not paid money to get a degree, right? He has not done it by wrong means. Then you are having progress. And that progress, when you yourself, not that I told your relatives and people whom you know, think that you have progressed. But success is internally, I feel, yeah, I have not done anything wrong in my life. People do even wrong things by hiding from close relatives, close friends. So what is my inner sense? If I do something today, tomorrow will I tell, oh, I should not have done it. If I keep saying throughout my life like that, I am a successful person. So growth is very low. Progress is above that. I can make people to still believe. A country grows with a lot of GDP. No, the country grows with the GDP is not enough. people have to progress. They should have good culture, good celebration, happiness, everything. Even then the country is not in success. Success is the largest. Even not this year, tomorrow, day after tomorrow. See, 1970-71 war, your Bangladesh had a problem. India helped them. They become happy, but they couldn't stay for more than 50 years by themselves. Now they are struggling. Even now they are struggling. Pakistan has got a lot of problems in politics. So why is it not? Because they have grown, they have become progress, but internally there is a problem. The internal problem comes once in a while, again and again. So similarly, maybe I become so great, my growth is good, my progress is good. When I become old, elderly person, I think, yeah, in my life, I have not done anything great. If that feeling comes, I am not a successful person. So success cannot be graded by one examination, one rank, one progress, one merit, one award, one promotion. It comes at the end of your life. All together, at the age increases, when you have more wisdom, more spirituality. You started with the spirituality. When you become a spiritual person, you realize with my life, how many people in this world become happy? And that is my merit evaluation. That is my success evaluation. Not that I become great. How many people with my happiness I could make others happy in this world? That is my measure of my happiness. Then I am a successful person. If I could make somebody happy, I am successful.
Absolutely, yes, and I 100% agree with you. You are absolutely right, because if people get success through you, and whatever you told, that I think it's most important, valuable sentences you told, and this is if people try to understand, they will start then progressing. So time is short, and you have to go also. And once again, we will do one more session if you will allow to me.
Sure.
Thank you so much for your precious time, and I'm very happy that you give me your time. Thank you so much.
It was distinctly different, Mahtab. I'm sure your maturity, your experience, I'm sure you are mentoring a lot of people under you, and Rahanji is so great, that he is able to connect me to great number of people, lot of people, and I'm really enjoying being with you. And I keep talking to a lot of my programs and sessions in India at different large gatherings. Also, I keep saying I have got more people in Pakistan than in India, because people appreciate, people talk to me different subjects, and I'm so happy being part of this activity. And pranams and namaskaram. Thank you so much. Inshallah, we will keep meeting every now and then. Thank you so much.
Inshallah, again. Thank you so much, viewers. I hope you enjoyed today's conversation,
100%.
today's topic. And DrTPS is a very nice person. You can ask anything you want to ask, and he will give you advice free of cost, and about your career, anything. You can connect with him, and you can see his YouTube channel as well. So I think, and I hope we'll learn many things from him. Thank you so much, DrTPS. Take your best care, and Allah Hafiz.
Hafiz.